Welcome to St. Lucie Public Schools Transportation Department, Employee Training and Development. The purpose of this training is to establish clear expectations for bus drivers when involved in a Signal 4 incident, including proper reporting, communication, and follow-up procedures to ensure safety and reduce liability. A Signal 4 is any bus accident, whether minor or serious, including any contact with another vehicle, object, or person. Accidents can be stressful and can happen without warning. As the adult on scene, you are expected to remain calm, maintain control of the situation, and keep students safe and accounted for at all times. Your actions set the tone. Stay composed and focused. If you are involved in a Signal 4, you must report it to dispatch immediately. Provide clear and accurate information and follow any instructions as dispatch coordinates with 911, management, and other departments. Do not move the bus or release any students unless directed to do so by law enforcement and management. Remain on scene and continue to monitor students until help arrives. Failure to report a Signal 4 may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. When in doubt, call it in. Anytime your bus makes contact with anything, you've been involved in an accident and need to radio into dispatch immediately, even if there is no damage or students on board. Remember, failure to report an accident can result in termination. If you are involved in a Signal 4, follow these steps. Make sure you immediately report it to dispatch. Stay calm, listen carefully, communicate clearly, and be sure you follow any instructions that are given. Dispatch is going to ask you a series of questions as they're relaying information to and from 911. They're going to ask you the location of the accident and if there's any students on board, if there's any known injuries, and a description of the other vehicle. Be sure you remain on scene until 911 and transportation management arrives. And very important, students cannot be released until police officers clear the scene. If a parent shows up at the scene, students are to be held until you are given permission to release them. An accident scene can be very chaotic and stressful. Most important, remain calm and composed, especially if you have students on board. If they see you upset, nervous, or freaking out, that can spark chaos on the bus. Please be patient while you wait for us to respond. We are often fighting the same traffic to get to you. Once a manager arrives on scene, they'll begin the investigation. They'll obtain statements from the drivers and aide. They'll provide an incident report to both the driver and aide to complete on scene. They'll provide an up-to-date student manifest, and they'll take pictures of the full scene. Driver and aide duties on scene: give a statement of events to the manager. Be sure you complete the incident report. Mark off the students on the manifest that are currently on the bus. Once cleared by police, continue with your route if applicable. And of course, advise dispatch when you have been cleared. Again, remember, stay calm and communicate clearly. Let's talk about what happens after a Signal 4. You will be immediately transported for a drug and alcohol test if there are injuries to anybody involved resulting in a medical transport from an ambulance. Any vehicle involved results in being towed. If a citation is issued indicating you are at fault. If there is a fatality on scene. And of course, if there is reasonable suspicion that drug or alcohol use may be the cause of the accident. While waiting for your drug and alcohol results, you will be placed on TDA. What is TDA? TDA stands for Temporary Duty Assignment. And if you are placed on TDA, you will be given instructions to follow at that time. And you will remain on TDA as long as it takes to receive the results from your post-drug and alcohol test. This usually takes 2 to 3 business days, but can take longer. If you'd like more information on our drug and alcohol testing policy, visit the website and look for St. Lucie Public Schools Board Policy PO 1124.01. In addition to wearing your employee badge, you must have the following on you at all times. Drivers, you must ensure you have your CDL and your medical certificate with you. And aides, please ensure you have your driver's license or a state-issued identification card. This information is used in the event of an emergency. Paper copies or copies on your phone are not acceptable forms of ID. You must have the physical CDL, medical certificate, driver's license, or state-issued identification card on you at all times while on duty. Let's take a few minutes to review some common questions and answers.
An officer just cleared me. Do I need to wait for a manager to arrive?
Yes, the responding manager must complete our internal portion of the investigation, which includes taking pictures, obtaining statements, and etc.
I'm in the bus loading zone. I just hit another bus mirror. Can I release my students to the school?
Absolutely not. Anytime students are on board your bus and your bus has made contact with anything, 911 and management needs to respond and clear the scene before releasing students.
EMS said everyone is good to go. Can I proceed on?
No, EMS cannot clear the accident scene. Only an officer and someone from St. Lucie Transportation Management.
There are parents here trying to get their kids. No one is hurt. Can I let them go?
No, a manager and police officer must clear the scene. Parents will have to wait.
The other car just left. Can I proceed on?
No, never leave a scene of an accident unless you are instructed by police or management. Remember, leaving the scene of an accident can cause termination of employment.
There is very little to no damage to any vehicles. I don't have students, so can I leave now?
Absolutely not. Whether you have students or not, or there is any damage or not, you are to wait for police and transportation management to arrive and work the scene. In case you missed it, let's review. Anytime you are involved in a Signal 4, you need to radio it in immediately to notify dispatch. Failure to report a Signal 4 is considered leaving the scene of an accident and can result in termination of employment. You must report every Signal 4, even if there are no students on board and no noticeable damages. You are involved in a Signal 4 if your bus makes contact with any object, no matter how minor it is. Car, bus, basketball hoop, mailbox, garbage can, guardrail, etc. Anything your bus touches, you are involved in a signal for. Students are not to be released under any circumstance until police and St. Lucie Transportation Management gives clearance to do so. Never leave the scene of an accident without clearance from Transportation Management. All staff will be held accountable to meet all the expectations set forth by the Transportation Management team. Failure to meet these expectations may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment. Thank you. Your training is now complete. If you have any questions about this training, please see your immediate manager. You may now proceed to the quiz.